Have you ever worried that if people truly saw the real you, they might walk away? Many of us think our greatest fear is being misunderstood. I think if we dig a little deeper underneath that fear, we may come to the fear of not being liked. And if we dig a little deeper underneath that, we may see the fear of being alone. And I believe that beneath it all, if we dig as far as we can dig, lies the fear of not being loved at all. We've been taught that love is something out there, something that other people must give us, that we have to get from others. In truth, we carry an endless supply of love within us. We've just forgotten that truth. Hi, I'm Candice, and in this video, I want to invite you to join me on a bold journey into 2025. The other day, I was listening to the astrologer Pam Gregory on her YouTube channel, and she put out a call to action to love more loudly, And she stated that we make this go viral, make that idea go viral. So I want to do my part because I agree. I agree that this is our year to love more loudly, to move beyond old beliefs, to awaken the power that resides within each of us. Picture your heart as a spiritual bank account, okay? And each time you do things like meditate, walk in nature, eat nourishing foods, experience a moment in stillness, it's like making a deposit into that spiritual bank account. Now, when you do other things like gossip, stress yourself out, numb your feelings, it's like making a withdrawal from that spiritual bank account. In 2025, the spiritual balance matters more than ever. Light is surfacing like never before, and this light is shining and exposing all our hidden hurts, all our old traumas, all our stale stories, both on a personal and a collective level. If we keep living as we always have, the gap between truth and illusion will only continue to grow to a point where it becomes painful. I mean, maybe it's already started to become painful for you. On the other hand, if we fill our inner account with peace, stillness, quiet reflection, and real joy, we discover that we are loved and have always been loved. Many experts, and I'm going to link their videos in the description below this one. Many experts in the fields of quantum physics and astrology are saying that the cosmic signals right now, the signals that we're receiving from the universe, are sending us one clear message. The old patterns must end. The old patterns must end. They point to the sense of the buck stops here, of a need to drop any old baggage that we're holding on to, that we're still carrying, a potential return to a more harmonious way of living, a call toward personal strength, sovereignty, inner authority, and a reminder that we can reconnect with a deeper, higher truth. All of these energies are encouraging us to release what no longer serves us. That's the big message. It's kind of like we have this cosmic army behind us, fueling us forward, supporting this transformation. I want you to imagine for a moment, imagine a candle, a lone candle in a dark hall. Its flame glows. And soon enough, someone walks in, sees its glow, and lights another candle from that flame. Then someone else does the same. Soon the hall is shining brilliantly with many, many flames. To me, that's loving more loudly. By sharing our genuine warmth, our love, we help others light their own inner flames. And darkness only will recede when we let our love shine. What also happens when we love more loudly is that we more easily let go of the old baggage. We can just drop it because the old baggage, things like fears, limiting beliefs, worries, old stories, us versus them mentality, right versus wrong, winning at all costs, all those lower energies cannot coexist in the energy of love. Right? So let's take the false roles as an example that we hold on to that keep us stuck. And I heard this from Kyle Cease the other day on his YouTube channel. I'll link to that video as well in the description. In 2025, it's time to release all these false roles. So as I go through them, I invite you to notice if you have taken on any of these false identities yourself, and maybe more than one. So it's time for us to release the people pleaser, believing that I must keep everyone happy in order to avoid rejection, in order to have love. It's time to release the addict, leaning on substances or habits in order to numb my true feelings. It's time to release the I'm responsible to provide, placing the entire burden of financial or family duties upon my shoulders. It's time to release the I do everything all by myself role, rejecting help and then resenting the lack of support. It's time to release the money attached self, where I feel unworthy of abundance or trapped by my finances. It's time to release the I manage what others think of me identity, where I constantly self-edit in order to prevent disapproval and rejection. It's time to release the attached to circumstances that don't involve me identity, where I'm consumed by outside events beyond my personal control. It's time to release the addicted to the past and or the future mentality, where I'm stuck in regrets or what ifs rather than being present. It's time to release the authority is outside of me identity, where I seek external validation from perceived authority figures like my parents, my bosses, or social norms. And it's time to release the I have to control everything identity, where I fight every discomfort, creating inner tension. These identities, these roles emerge from the illusion that we're not already loved. Now they can dissolve in the light of genuine self-acceptance and self-love. By releasing these false identities, we free ourselves. Old stories crumble, triggers soften, we cease waging a war against our own emotions. Yes, letting go can feel uncomfortable and strange at first. Without our familiar roles, we might wonder, well, who am I? But that's where the true magic arises. That's when the true magic has an opportunity to come into our lives. We stop chasing love. We become love. We stand taller. We shine like that single candle in the darkness. 2025 feels like walking through a new portal into a new timeline. Old illusions can't withstand the brighter light. They fall apart and our hearts open wider. Ground yourself in self-care, in calm presence, in stillness, in shared compassion, and watch your life transform. When we do this, we also inspire others to do the same. You, me, all of us, we are that first candle. The more we open our hearts, the more others feel safe to open theirs. So, how do we love more loudly? Well, I think it looks like speaking our gratitude. I think it looks like sharing kindness. We offer help without strings. We drop distractions that keep us stuck. We focus on what matters most. We honor the spark of the divine in ourselves and in others. Each of those choices sends ripples into our homes, into our communities, and out into the world at large. Ultimately, we choose love over fear in each and every moment. or as often as we can. Those deep fears of not being understood, of being alone, stem from the feeling that we're not loved. That old belief can drop away. When we nurture ourselves, be it through meditation, through prayer, reflection, or simply breathing with awareness, we experience the love that has always been inside us. It doesn't depend on whether someone approves of us or not. It simply is. It simply is. Our old fears lose their power, and we become steady in our truth. We are love. We are love. So I ask you, will you heed this bold call in 2025? Will you join us in loving more loudly? Here's a manifesto that I propose. I release the illusions of fear and scarcity. I recognize my own flame. I let it shine and inspire others to light theirs. I invest in my spiritual bank account. Each moment of authentic self-care is a deposit into boundless love. I let go of old characters and roles. They are not who I am. I stand in the truth that I am infinitely loved. I am love. So thank you for sharing this moment with me. I hope you'll join me in loving more loudly. 2025 is an invitation to live in bigger love and brighter truth, one candle lighting another until we fill the entire world with love. If this message resonates with you, if you feel the call to love more loudly and would like support in walking this path, I invite you to click the link in the description below. Together, we'll step into this new energy and carry one another forward. Let's make 2025 the year we come fully alive in love.